What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the second matchup of the night. We had a really good series for the first one. Ready to get into some more action. Before you ask, I am wearing this mask just promoting good health. You know, I saw some people in the server. They're taking it upon themselves to promote good health. I thought I'd do the same. Wear a mask. Be responsible. With that being said, I am joined here with Magic, Pepperoni, the one and only. How's it going, Magic?
I'm going very well, or doing very well, how are you supposed to say it? But I'm excited, and I feel like the action just keeps on rolling. These weeks are going by so fast, and before you know it, we'll be into the finals weekend. So we got to get through some banger matchups here tonight. I'm excited.
Yeah, hopefully these continue to be just as exciting as they have been. We've got the Panthers at the number 3 seed taking on the Kings. A little bit of an...
Queen
Oh, wait.
Bishop. Huh? Oh,
My bad.
I mean, dream
Flame
one
versus
straight
Bishops. I can't
man.
read correctly. My bad on that one. We do have the Flame number 2 seed taking on the Bishops at number 3. And this should be a really close matchup. Both these teams have had great runs. Both have been popping off recently. Can you tell us a little bit about these two teams, Magic?
For one, I couldn't tell you the last time I remember Flame losing. I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like they had a very good season, and they're one of the scarier teams we've had coming out of the Challenger League going into playoffs in a little while. So I fully expect them to be in control of this series, and it's going to be on the Bishops to really prove me wrong and give us that 7-game series that we all want. But it was a 3-0 last time for Flame, so it really is on the Bishops to prove us wrong, and give us some entertainment tonight because that's what we all want.
Most definitely. And you know, you can never count out the Bishops. King Muff has been on this roster at least as long as I've been in Nemesis entirely, since season 2, maybe even before then. And he is one of those solid, rock solid players for the Bishops, always coming in clutch. The other players are no slouches themselves. But I do have to ask, you kind of already gave it away a little bit, but who are you predicting to win this one?
Um, the last like 3 times or 2 times that I've casted, it's gone to 7 and been absolute bangers. So the script writing is either really good or I'm just lucky. But I think this is probably going to be a 4-2 win for Flame. But if it goes the full 7, I think this might be Bishop's series. I don't think Flame gets to game 7 and wins it. I think they'll have too much pressure on him, but I'm gonna go 4-2 Flame.
I could definitely see that happening. And we'll just have to see as we get into the first game here. Already right off the bat, Zuriel coming through. Gets the pass to Blizzy. We'll go off the backboard. And Chax is already up for this one. Could be a huge opportunity. Gets a shot on target, but won't be quite good enough. And on the counterattack, Wolfie gonna sneak this one in.
And I feel like we see a lot of this on stream matches, like the first 15 seconds, an overcommit or something, just getting beat. And a good job by Wolfie to just beat the last man back. And there's nothing much more to it than just, if you're faster than your opponent, you're gonna get rewarded. Wolfie got the first goal of the game.
Most definitely. And if you beat that third man, that's why it's so dangerous to push up as the last man back. We saw it there. It's a mistake that happens in every single league, some more often than others. One that can be easily punished. And due to that, the Bishops will take an early lead. Cardboard looking for the tight angle there. Couldn't quite find it. And another player I'd actually like to talk a little bit about. Wolfie has also been on this roster, the Bishops roster, for multiple seasons. So I'm really going to be looking for the King Muff Wolfie dynamic, the chemistry from them having so much experience playing together to try and gain an edge here.
Yeah, and they're so hungry for that chip. When you stay on the same team, or even just in the same org, you're committed to that team and you want that chip. And as you said, Wolfie is hungry for it. And I think this is the best opportunity he's going to get for a while with this lineup they have. But Flame's a big obstacle in the way of that dream of a chip, so they got to get through it tonight.
And probably the biggest obstacle that they have faced so far. Flame, like you said, has just been absolutely popping off. Most teams, they've just been completely dominating so far. Once again, this will be their toughest match. Both of these teams looking to advance into the grand finals. Only one series stands in their way. They will be at least runner-ups and at best champions. They've still got to get through a lot of Rocket League. This one will get cleared out now. Cardboard looking for the redirect. Won't quite be fast enough. Cleared away instantly by Blizzy. Looking for another touch. Trying to get this one center. Sends it just a little bit too far. But still some good pressure from Flame. And they will sneak one in the top corner. Chax just barely putting that one in.
Yeah, and they were putting a lot of work on their offensive half, and finally a nice touch from Zuriel. I guess how you say that name. Zuriel's going to put it right down to Chax. And as you said, he's going to sneak that one in through the back door. I don't think they expected him to have room to put that in, but he finds the one spot it will go in.
And there really wasn't much room at all. Only that very, very top left corner was really open. But hold up. Cardboard gets a little bit of a suspicious touch to his own backboard, but it will allow Bishops actually to take possession and start an attack of their own. Sometimes the back passes do work out just perfectly. Shax will try to send the ball to Blizzy off the backboard. Could be a shot here. Zuriel gets the touch, and Cardboard can't make it up in time.
Yeah, and I think if he put a banger on net, I think not King Muff, whoever was last back Cardboard might have had a save there, but he's going to give him a slow roller, and the bounce is just too much for Cardboard to get up to. And a goal's a goal, but further down in the series, little lackluster shots like that might get saved, but nonetheless, they'll take the goal.
They definitely will, and I think it was also partially due to the attacking player rotating out there. Caught a small piece of Cardboard's car, making it that much more difficult for him to get to the save. In the end, he couldn't. And once again, Bishop's under severe pressure. This one will go middle, but Chax trying to look for Blizzy. Blizzy almost gets it on target. It'll go off the post. But the Bishops don't seem to have much boost to get out of their own half. They're just sent right back in. And so far, it seems like Flame has a lot of control in this matchup.
Yeah, they got to start finding demos if you're Bishops here, because you're just getting suffocated. See Cardboard trying to just bring it to the other side, try to find any angle to get out of their defensive zone, and really just give some life to their offense. But as I said, I think it's going to be demos. The shot there, but easily deterred by Zuriel.
And that's the main theme. We just haven't seen many real threats, and that threat shouldn't really have been that big of one, but Bishop's going to let this one through.
Yeah, Zuriel just the full field play. He makes the save, and then I don't know what he saw to make him go for that shot, but he just puts a very simple shot off the sidewall, and the defense just can't get to it in time. So either way, Bishop's really got to speed things up and clean things up at the same time.
And it looked like actually their Cardboard got in the way of King Muff's clear. He did have the clear on a relatively slow shot, but Cardboard coming off the backboard dunked the ball into his own net. An unfortunate play, but it will put the Bishops in a difficult position. Now with only over a minute left, having to come back by 2 goals. And maybe 3. Wolfie just happens to be in the right place. Does well to make any touch, but Shaxx coming through off the backboard to Blizzy off the backboard in the same exact spot. There won't be a third follow-up. Bishops won't concede again, but still they need to focus on scoring just as much as they need to focus on defense right now. King Muff tries to touch this one down. Surreal. Can't quite make the touch. And it looks like Flame are just playing keep away from the Bishops, not letting them get any sort of control, just throwing themselves at the ball, and it's working perfectly right now.
Yeah, and even when Bishops have chances to get out of their defensive half, as a shot on target, then there's no way they're going to get. And you can just see they're just playing so slow right now, or the Bishop, and they're getting punished very often right now.
And at this point, you can't blame them too much for overcommitting. They do know that they have to score, but that's just not a ball that you can push up on and not expect to get scored on. An easy open net for Flame. Now up to 4-1. They'll definitely be taking this game number 1 and making your prediction look good in the meantime. That shot's going to go on target too, and I think that one's just going to fly in as well.
Have a day, Shaxx. That's a hat trick in this game 1. 6 shots and 3 of them find the net. That's pretty good odds to have in a playoff game. Half the shots you take are going in the net. I'd be happy with that. And I think Flame is pretty satisfied with the way this game 1 went. And if you're the Bishops, as we said pre-game, you gotta make something happen. You can't sit back and wait for the Flame to mess up.
No.
And another one for the road. At this rate, it might be going to Brazil.
And, you know, if the Bishops had been scoring goals this frequently in the last 30 seconds, we might have seen a tied game, but they just cannot get their defense under control, just not expecting these shots, which, to be fair, are exceptional shots from Flame. But at this point, you got to be thinking, they're just thinking about the next game. Got to put this one out of their mind.
Yeah, they want out, and hopefully they don't get Brazil on the way out, and they can save some of their mental for the rest of the series, because they have to change something for sure.
And hopefully they will be able to make those changes, because Flame just coming through with a dominating performance, 6 goals to 1. Shaxx the MVP, but all around, him and Zuriel just putting in goal after goal. Like you said, Bishop's going to have to try and change something, maybe more demos, or I'm not really sure what they can do. Flame looks phenomenal right now. They just have to try and find some way to break out of their own half.
Yeah, and there's one key part where I can give you an example where none of the Flame players were going for a ball, and it was kind of just stalling out in the middle of the field in the Bishops' defensive half. And all 3 of the Bishops just left it there. Like, they didn't want to be the guy to challenge and get punished. And you have to take those risks, or Flame's just going to outshoot you and just outpressure you. And that's what we saw in that game. They kind of just bled out. They didn't have several, like, great shots. It's kind of just the Bishops just not ready to get to a ball and just getting beat. So in this game, they just got to play faster and not be afraid to go for those plays that they didn't do in game 1, because those are the plays that can give you wins, especially in the semifinals.
Especially at this point in the playoffs, everything on the line, you do have to take some risks. The only goal that the Bishops were able to score last game was the one off of a risky play from Flame, which just ended up in the 3rd man overcommitting. I definitely agree they need to get that speed up, need to try and start getting more opportunities. That's a nice fake from Cardboard, though. Shaxx will read the follow-up, and he's close behind, which works out perfectly. We need to see some life here from the Bishops if they hope to take it to Flame, hoping to get this series in advance. Here comes Cardboard. Will beat out 1. That is a little bit of the faster play style that we want to see from them. Wolfie getting it clear here, but Zuriel blocks it down. His teammate isn't ready, actually getting bumped by Cardboard, and that's a huge demo. This one will bounce, but not in the ideal spot for the Bishops. Still, they're retaining control. Much better than they did in game 1 so far. Blizzy looking for the touch. Can't quite find it. Now King Muff tries to get this one center. Misses the touch, but Wolfie there for the follow-up. Trying to keep this pressure on, and Cardboard will get a nice shot. Blizzy barely back in time. But already it seems like the Bishops already creating more opportunities in this game too.
Yeah, they got the nerves out in game 1 for sure. They're playing a lot quicker and just trusting each other. You can see just leaving the ball for each other, the fakes, they're just playing comfortable. Like, you could see whenever Cardboard Box has the nerve to fake on his own half, and it works. That's the kind of stuff they have to make. And Cardboard Box is for sure one of my favorite names in Nemesis. So I want him to be the guy to really get an extra step as a nice save, and Bishop's getting some pressure now.
Definitely agree. That's a goated name. It might be your favorite. Maybe
Yeah,
maybe you're just
probably.
a cat, and that's why it's your favorite. But either way, can't deny this man definitely belongs on the field. He came up from novice, not in the last season, but the previous one, trying to make a name for himself, and he's done just that. But now he's trying to take it even further, go further than he has before. So far, remaining scoreless, this is a much better result than game one for the Bishops. But they still have yet to score. This could be an opportunity. Zuriel gonna touch this one. It will bounce a little bit awkwardly. King Muff trying to get up, but just beat out cleanly by Zuriel. They're much faster. And
Ooh.
Chak's actually going to miss. This is a huge opportunity. Wolfie can't quite get to the shot in time. Blizzy once again. Seems like he's always back in just the nick of time. Finding his way to the block. But Flame's still under a little bit of trouble. This one's going to bounce in the corner. A huge bump from Wolfie. This one's in,
Ooh,
but Zuriel
no
at the
way.
last second gets the save, and I think that was just going to bounce in. It's not quite there, but Shax with the follow-up, and oh my goodness, Flame. There's no way that was calculated.
That is a punch in the gut right there if you're the Bishops. You're playing so well. You have all the pressure in the world. And then the bump play almost worked, but Zuriel, the last millisecond, gets to it. And then just the unfortunate, I guess, pinch just goes right on target and cleaned up by Chax. But Bishops, they have all they need to really win this game. They've cleaned the things up they need to. Now it's just about putting it in the back of the net.
And avoiding getting frustrated as well. After that play, I know I would be
Oh, yeah.
saying, "Oh, come on, man! Like, how is that gonna work out like that?" And Flame definitely thanking their lucky stars for having that opportunity shut down and counteracted. It's still not over. Bishops looking for more
Oh,
demos, but that demo will not lead to much as the last man gets flicked, and Chak's just gonna roll this one in.
yeah, it looked like cardboard whiff right there in the shot. Yeah, you can see it. And then King Muff just try to do what we all do sometimes. Challenges third man. You just feel so pressured to do it because the ball's rolling at you. And he just underestimated the speed of Chax, and Chax is going to get another one. He's absolutely popping off 5 goals so far in the series, I do believe.
He really is, and he's a player we haven't really talked about much so far,
Ooh.
but he is one of the oldest members of Flame as well. As we say that, Flame's going to go up 3-0, and Bishops have really let this game slip from them.
Yeah, that's a beautiful pass from Blizzy. He just read, not sure who it was right there, but he just read the defender so well and put it right where Zuriel needed. And just like that, Flame's starting to take off with this game too.
They really are heating up here. As just going to slap myself on the neck for that one. Move
What
on
is
real
that?
quick. But can they continue? We've seen it so far. The Bishops had a much better look in the opening of this game. Just let it slip. They still have time to come back. With how well Flame's playing, you gotta think it's not going to be likely. They can get just one quickly. Maybe it is. Here comes a tough ball to read, but Zuriel does well. We'll get it off the backboard. Sending it center, though, and that could be an opportunity. The shot isn't going to quite be good enough. Bishop sent back into their own half. Wolfie taking to the ceiling, looking for the pass, gets the shot, and
Ooh.
it's putting off the
Hmm.
defender. Bishops will get one goal back, but I don't know if they can recreate this for two more.
Yeah, I mean, if they win this series, it might have to be off of Chax hitting banger redirects into his own net. Because at this rate, they had, what, 1 goal to start the last game, and then that. So their offense is lacking big time right now, and it's not going to cut it later in the future.
Definitely won't. But maybe, just
Ooh.
maybe, they can get something going. Cardboard almost gets the angle and the follow-up so close as well. Still a little bit of time for the Bishops, but they've got to do something now. This one will surely be cleared away by Chex. Just sending it to the backboard. Not even going up for the read. Playing it safe is Flame. And hard to blame them. They don't want to give any opportunities to the Bishops, and it looks like they won't have any opportunities anymore to come back. Just going to control this one, get it down, and that will be game number 2 for Flame as well.
I do have to say, I'm a little more satisfied with the way Bishops played. Game one was just a joke. They did not play like they should. Game two, they started off playing very well. They were really in that game 0 first 3 minutes. But I think it was that unfortunate 50 that really just got away from them. And just like that, Flame's gonna go up in a very controlling 2-0 lead in the series, and they have all the confidence in the world with the way they're playing right now.
And it really does seem like once the Bishops give Flame one goal, they just start to ramp up the momentum and just keep piling on top of it. Only 3 goals in this game, but they all came in very quick succession until the Bishops are finally able to figure out how to shut them down. They are really a team that they have to try to keep scoreless because as we've already seen, once Flame starts gaining that momentum, I mean, they can just score 6 goals in a game if the Bishops aren't ready. It does give me hope, though, to see that it looked like they started to learn how to deal with them in the first half and even other than the quick series of goals in the later parts of this game, but they're going to have to try to be more consistent on that front if they want a chance in this series.
Yeah, I agree. They Bishops gave us a lot more to root for in that game too. They showed us they have something in them. They have some life, but as you said, you can't let Flame get going. Heat up if you must use that term. Get on fire. I don't know. Something cheesy, but yeah, either way, you can't let them have control or they will punish you.
And they absolutely will. Let's see if the Bishops can do even better than they did in the second game. They do not want to be going down 3-0 against Flame. That is just a menacing sight. And already Flame strikes first. A nice shot, but you feel like the defense might have been able to have this one.
Yeah, that's right over the head of Wolfie. Looked like it actually hit him, but a little bit of a rubber band. And Chax is just doing a great job of putting shots on target. And that's all you have to do, really, when the defense is playing this nervous for the Bishop. So good job by him.
And it
Ooh.
looks like Bishops will get a quick score back. We'll be tying this one up. Good look for them.
Yeah, that's a nice thing to get things going. A nice shot by Wolfie. Just beats. I'm not sure who that was. I think it was Zerial or Blizzy. But that's all you have to do. Just be faster than your opponent, as we said, and you'll get rewarded.
And that time it did pay off. Now an even game. The Bishops will be happy to see that they're not going down by too much early on. Cardboard looks for the flick, but will get dunked out. Lizzie trying to follow this one up himself. The King Muff should have a clear here, and it will be a good one. Surreal sending it back, but Cardboard there to do just the same. It looks like Bishops are trying to ramp up the pressure. They did in the last game. Maybe even trying to continue further down that path of just not necessarily out-pressuring Flame, but trying to not give them so much possession. Definitely think it's a smart play and probably what they have to do to try and win the series.
Yeah, you can't sit back and let Flame get things going. And that's the reason why right there they hit their shots, and especially Chax. He's the guy scoring all the goals for this team right now.
And Flame really just doesn't even need much of a run-up to get going themselves. Just one miss off the backboard, and Zuriel gonna put a nice, or Chax, excuse me, gonna put a nice shot on target there. Not really sure what more the Bishops can do. They just have to try and get their consistency up. But once again, plenty of time left. Have to try to avoid getting scored on even more. As King Muff looks for the beat, but actually going to get dunked by Chax. Wolfie, last man back here, gets dunked as well. This one's dangerous. His teammate will be back. And Cardboard just barely. Just in the nick of time to help him out. But another opportunity, and Chax gets it past two. Bounce was not quite good enough for Flame to have a scoring opportunity on, but that's a big miss. Cardboard, he has the mechanics. Can he get it past everyone? Blizzy with an awkward touch. Chack's going to have to get one here himself. He'll do just that. And Flame breaks out of their half once again. And they keep getting pressured, but they're dealing with it very well. Zuriel getting the save this time, but that's a good shot. And it'll be past two defenders. King Muff showing off his shooting ability as well.
Yeah, and I was about to say the rotations from Flame are just so clean, but even right here, it wasn't even a rotational error. Just what a place shot right there from King Muff. There's no way a defender gets up to that. And that's the kind of shots he did. Because Flame, they're doing it with so little, like, they're doing it so easily. So they have to really earn their goals on the side of the Bishops.
Really does seem like the Bishops have to work so much harder for their goals. But still, we're remaining tied in game number 3 here. The Bishops can just get this one game. They'll be in a much better position, and they'll take what I think is their first or only second lead of the entire series, but they're finally showing up here in game 3.
Yeah, King Muff decided he has to be the guy to score, and he's right because right now no one else is doing it. Cardboard is probably not playing like he wish he was. But a nice pass from Wolfie and a good finish by King Muff. As you said, give I think their second lead of the series, their first since that 1-0 start of game one.
Much better showing. That one's barely going to bounce off the post, and Flame will counterattack. Now up 3-3. These teams are fighting it out.
Yeah, what, 3 goals in like 20 seconds right there? That was crazy. And as we said, just little shots like that are finding their way in for Flame, and maybe that's the Bishop's fault. Maybe the rotations are just not being should, and those easy shots are squeaking in right now.
And you know, the rotations in Challenger League, they're never going to be perfect, but it really does seem like Flame is just so good at taking advantage of the tiny little inaccuracies in positioning and finding where they can place the ball to get these goals. It's worked out well for them so far. They'll be trying to go up on match point here. If they can, it'll be very difficult ask for the Bishops to stop them. But King Muff actually missing this ball. Had a bit of an open net. If he could have put that one on target, won't be able to find it. Wolfie tries to pass to himself, but the bounce won't be good enough. Flame will get possession here. Now looking for some passes, but they're only going to pass to the Bishops, who are trying to keep this pressure on. I think they know their win condition at this point. Trying to play it to the fullest of their ability. This one will go high once again. A huge bump from Blizzy, actually. Won't allow the Bishops to get comfortable control, but they get control nonetheless. A little bit awkward in the corner. This one's going to bounce out. Chak's just fast enough. Might have an opportunity of himself. It will be sent out. And King Muff, once again, had a good opportunity, but just couldn't quite make contact. His shooting has been on point, but it does seem like the Bishops are being outmatched a little bit in the aerial department. Okay, as I say
Oh,
that,
no.
Blizzy going to get a huge miss, but I think my point still stands. Bishops just look a little bit slower on these aerial plays than Flame does for the most part.
Yeah, and they had a shot right there to really give them the go-ahead goal, and King Muff's just, I think the nerves got to him. He realized, wait, it's an open net, and we've all been there and just couldn't find the shot. But I feel like if they don't win this game, Bishops that is, they're probably not going to win a single one. This is their game to win, and this is the most must-win game of their season.
Absolutely agree, and it's already been a much better performance in Game 1 and Game 2 combined even. They've already outshot, doubled their goals. But they need to do just a little bit better if they want to make their way back into this series. That's a huge demo. Zuriel won't be able to get this one on target, but still risky for the Bishops. Now looking for the counterattack. King Muff gets it off the side, trying to follow this one up. Gets a nice touch, almost on target, but the defenders clutch again, once again from Flame. Now entering the final seconds. This one might be going to overtime. Blizzy will get a touchdown, but the Bishops with one more opportunity. Zuriel gonna shut that one down. And we will be heading into our first overtime, the closest game of the series so far. And the Bishops have got to win this one. Blizzy going to get a nice touch out. Chax might be there,
Oh,
and they will crush the Bishops in the opening seconds, going up 3-0 now in the series.
who else to do it other than Chax? He's been so clutch in the series. That's another hat trick, his second already. And I don't want to, kick Bishops out before they're eliminated, but we witnessed our first ever reverse sweep in a 7-game series just last week or so. So they really have to pop off and show us that they have more life in them, because that was the best we've seen them perform all series, and it still wasn't enough. So they're gonna have to ramp it up another gear.
Well, you know what I'll say is that the Bishops every single game have gone a little bit better. The first game, they only scored one goal, but conceded six. Second game, they also only scored one goal, but only conceded three. Now they brought it to tie game, overtime. If the trend continues, you know, they might get better. And maybe they could take it, win the next game, then the one after that, the one after that. I hope to see it, because I really don't want to see the Bishops go out like this. I know that they are all phenomenal players. Maybe just a little bit of nerves. Something just doesn't seem right on their front. But they need to try and fix it quick, because now they're only one game away from being eliminated from playoffs.
Yeah, they're running out of time, and I know this team has more in them than they're showing right now. I think it's the nerves are really getting to them. They understand the situation and how much pressure is on them to make something happen, but they really need that one guy to step up. And again, I'm gonna call on Cardboard because I know he has what it takes. He's so mechanical. If you ever put a 6 man's lobby with him, he is not shy in those games. He'll pop off no problem. But this is where it matters, and this is where he's gonna bring it out.
I really hope so. And you have to think at this point, Bishops, everything on the line. Maybe they just have to let loose and just try to go free. Sometimes when you play too tensed up because of pressure or nerves or whatnot, things can just get so much harder. And Wolfie can't make the open net. I definitely think that was scoreable. Luckily, it's not a crucial moment yet, but the Bishops might be wishing they had that opportunity back as another shot goes on net. Zuriel barely going to get back to that one. And Flame on the counterattack. Chax looking for his own shot. Gets it almost off the post. It won't amount to much yet. But Flame still with the pressure. A huge demo. If Blizzy can get a pass here, could be huge. Won't be able to. The ball sent right back into the corner. Zuriel tries to get a pass out. Can't find contact. It's the exact same play we just saw. But this time the Bishops will be able to escape their half. Getting that 50 up into the midfield. King Muff up for this one. But Zuriel waiting patiently at the back post. Going to be equal to that shot and does well to clear it away. Now the double miss from both the defender and the attacker. A little bit of nerves perhaps. And Blizzy with this shot so close to going on target. That's scary for Bishops. There was no one in net or even near to save that one. They're staying alive still. A minute and a half gone by already. And you can tell, it seems like Flame might have even gone a little bit nervous now knowing they only have to win one game.
Yeah, maybe they watched the Mafioso's Pineapple series and they understand that it's happened before and they don't want to on the wrong end of this whenever this series is over. And I think you can definitely see the nerves start to take their place in this team. But right now, this is looking like a much closer game than we've gotten all series. I'd say even closer than the last game because
Oh my
this is back and forth.
goodness.
This cardboard is gonna do what we asked him to do, and he's gonna give him a very big goal in the game.
And Cardboard stepping up here. That was a
Ooh.
crazy angle. Most players wouldn't even shoot that, but Cardboard gets the perfect bar down. I don't think the defense was even expecting that one to go in. And now the Bishops get an early lead.
Yeah, and you'll take that every day of the week. Cardboard's a beautiful shot, as you said. And it's shots like that. That's what it's going to take for them to climb back into the series. So good job by Cardboard to get it going. Oh my gosh, that was almost a really unfortunate pinch. And back the other way goes Cardboard.
It was almost, but luckily it will work out. Now here comes Blizzy, gets it off the backboard. Zuriel there for the follow-up, and Flame ties the game up. The defender can't get back in time.
This team is just ruining my day. I think for a second they finally woke up and figured things out, and then just nobody's back on defense. Like, you can't have that happening this late into the playoffs, and it will cost you a goal almost every time. It's a good job by Flame to capitalize and to tie this game back up.
They've done such a good job capitalizing on these little errors. That time they really didn't have that much room to score, but they still find the goal. The Bishop's getting a little bit overzealous, and that's a huge dunk. That one might just go in. It's off the post. Blizzy tries to get the follow-up, can't get there, and Cardboard bails his teammate out. That is nightmarishly close for the Bishops. But the score will remain tied, and their hopes remain alive. Now, 2 minutes remaining. They have to try and gain an advantage quickly. If you are going for a reverse sweep, you have to try and make a statement in that fourth game. And Cardboard trying to make it happen here. King Muff going to go slowly on the dribble, gets it past everyone. But it won't be on target, and there's no one there for the follow-up. Still Bishops with the opportunity, taking it slow once again, but maybe just a little bit too slow. Cardboard getting dunked out, and that's another opportunity. Chax can't put it on target this time. And we're seeing so much back and forth here, Magic. Both teams throwing blows, most of them narrowly missing. But you can tell that, well, Flame wants this series to end, and the Bishops want this series to get started.
Yeah, and I think the next goal that slips in is probably going to be the dagger for this game. But I agree. I really wanted to see a statement out of the Bishops if they were to come back in the series. Because if you just get an OT win, a squeaker, I don't know if you really have momentum. As a shot on target, maybe.
Oh,
Jackson can't find it, but Blizzy's there to clean it up. And you have to think that might be the most crucial goal of his career right there.
and the three-man play. This is what I love from Flame. This is why I think they're such a dominant force. Even when one player misses, even when two players miss, so often that third player is just there so fast to put in the follow-up. And Flame now gaining an advantage in what could be the final game of the series. The Bishops are going to have to answer back soon because we've seen Flame will not let that lead go slowly, especially if they get more of an advantage. They're looking for it here. King Muff going to shut down that passing play. But Blizzy still has control. Gonna try to get this one center to Wolfie only. Takes a shot, but that's not a shot that's ever really going to break through Flame. And now
Oh
that is just
no!
absolute tragedy. Cardboard gets lost on defense, and the Bishops now making things that much more difficult.
And I can tell you what the comms sound like for bishops. Just like that dead silence. That is the most painful thing to happen, especially in playoffs, because you don't want to be that guy to say something, but poor cardboard, you just lost control of it, and you really hate to see it. And they have very little time to come back in this game.
Now less than, or only a little bit over 30 seconds. If they want to, there is still the possibility, but after such a tough goal to concede there. Oh,
Ooh.
and another one, Blizzy going to put in the final dagger, most definitely, as the Bishops gave it their all, but this might just be too much.
Yeah, and I thought Zuriel was about to just put a knife in their heart with a banger right there, but it was actually Blizzy waiting for the double tap, who will do so. And I do have to think that might be the last nail in the coffin, because Bishops are just looking completely out of breath right now in this game.
And I gotta give it to Blizzy. That was a really nice read. He jumped from an awkward position. It bounced, but even still, getting that read is so impressive. And it will secure the game. It might have already been secured off of that own goal, to be honest. But regardless, he'll secure it even further. Flame will be beating the Bishops in a sweep in the semifinals game that we didn't want to see. But Flame is just looking too good right now, and the Bishops couldn't quite get to that level.
Yeah, and I do believe it is Venom on the other side, who is probably the favorite for most people. They're all looking for Venom to, make that miracle run. But now if they even get to finals, they have Flame waiting on them, and that is not an opponent you really want to deal with. And Flame is looking hot and just ready to go, because they're in peak performance right now mode, and I'm excited to see what the team has in them going into finals.
Well, Flame is looking exceptional, but you really can't take anything away from Venom either. They have looked so good on stream in the past, like you said, looking to make that miracle run, but it really seems like they might have what it takes to do just that. Now, all that stands between them and the championship is Flame. That's not an easy task to surmount, but if anyone could do it, I believe in Venom. We'll have to see how that one goes, though. That game will be on Saturday. You definitely won't want to miss it. And before then, even further today, we've got three more games lined up. Right after this one, we will actually have the Panthers versus Kings matchup. Oh, we're doing an interview? Okay, never mind. We are doing an interview. Since we apparently do have just a little bit of time. 2 kills, so it looks like we will be getting Zuriel in here. How you feeling after that one, Zuriel?
Feeling good. Definitely feeling good. That was a really good one for us, honestly.
Yeah, that was really solid. It looked like you guys pretty much had control the entire series. What kind of mindset did you guys just go into this one with?
Honestly, just play our game. There hasn't really been anybody that we don't think that we can't beat. So I don't know. We just took it like one challenge at a time and went from there. Honestly, just played our game.
There you go. I mean, sometimes that's all you have to do. It looks like your game, when it is at its peak, is good enough to beat any team in Challenger. Um, well, there couldn't have been too many moments where you really got worried during that series. But was there anyone on the Bishops that you were a little bit concerned about?
Oh sure. Yeah, cardboard box, really good player. They're all pretty solid, especially as a team. So we knew that it was going to be like a tough matchup. We did sweep them earlier in the season, so we couldn't really remember back. So we were just like confident that hey, we're playing well and we'll continue to play well. We know that they got hot, so it wasn't going to be like last time, but we seemed to pull through. So.
Yeah, it definitely seemed that way. And do you have any questions for our guest, Magic?
Um, what's your plan going to finals? Because that matchup, it seemed like y'all plan was just to outspeed them. Y'all are just zooming all over the place. So looking ahead to Venom, what can you tell us? What have you seen in their matchups to really maybe give you an edge in finals?
Um, Venom is honestly uh probably one of the best teams. I know that they're kind of like, as far as I see it, underrated. It doesn't seem like they've quite figured everything out, but they have made it to finals. So I think, they figured it out enough. But they could be a really good team if they figured out some stuff. So I don't know really what our game plan is yet, but we'll figure something out.
Well, you've got a little bit of time to do that. You guys don't play until Saturday now, but that should be an exceptional series. And once again, congratulations on your win. Thanks for chatting with us a little bit, and good luck on Saturday. Uh, I think I still give you guys the edge, but Venom has that potential to just come out of nowhere sometimes. I mean, even taking down Ascension, that was a spectacular performance.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, guys.
Of course. Good luck. All right. Well, that was Zuriel from Flame, the team. Other than Chax, it seemed like Chax and Zuriel were just popping off the entire time. Uh, just a fantastic match all around. Scary opponents there. And we will be coming back once again with another game just here shortly. We've got the Panthers taking on the Kings in this one right after. I think we've got the bracket up there for the Challenger League. As you can see there, Venom came all the way from the 8th seed, taking down Ascension, the #1 seed, in their first playoff match. Did really well there. Not an upset that anyone really expected to happen. And then took down Dissolved as well. Maybe one of the first times that we've seen the lowest rated seed in an 8-team playoffs, making it all the way to the finals. Now you can see Flame did not have an easy run either. I definitely think we'll have a good matchup ahead of us, Magic.
Yeah, and as you said, Venom has really been that dark horse that no one expected. You never expect the 8 seed to make a run like they have, but they have the players and they have the team chemistry to do it. And they've really proved themselves, but it all means nothing if you can't finish it off against Flame because they're looking red hot. And it all comes down to Saturday, where I'm sure it's going to be a banger. I'm excited.
It absolutely will be a banger. I mean, you can even see both of these teams with really difficult runs. But like you said, it all comes down to the grand finals. Nothing else really matters anymore. Sure, you get a runner-up title if you don't win it, but everyone wants that glory. Everyone wants to be able to say that they did win the league, and if Venom can do it, that'll definitely be a spectacular finish. But I think that's gonna about wrap it up for right now. We'll be back right after a short break, maybe a tiny bit of a longer break than usual, as we did just have a sweep. Those are always unfortunate as they just don't really give us too much content. But we still saw plenty from Flame and the Bishops. Once again, thank you to both of those teams for showing up, giving us a good series. Always fantastic. We will be right back with the Panthers and the Kings right after this short break. See you guys.
From the moment you were born, you always had it all. And I guess someone dropped the ball, 'cause look where you have gone. You had everything, fucking everything. You don't know. You had everything, threw it all away. You don't know. You got everything that you need, everything that you need. Hold on. You've got everything that you need, everything that you need. Hold on. You've got everything that you need, everything you need. Hold on. You've got everything that you need, everything you need. Hold on. Feel like you were unaware of all the things you ever squandered. Feel like you could live a dream, but you just failed to see